Hey guys, I wanted to talk a little bit about the synchronicities and then the manifestations and how we can use those as ways of receiving signs and messages. And then also how that kind of ties into like the alchemy play or the magic, um, and more creating and like how I'll just kind of go through with you as I do it because I think it's just easier to like explain through the steps. So I kind of set it up what I would do. So today I had a list of things that I wanted to look up, like things that came up in the day or that have been coming up, and that I just feel like, okay, this has come up enough times and it's not normal. So why? You know what I mean? So like the llama, I'm not, llamas have just been coming up lately. So I'm just gonna look up if there's anything that when I look it up, and for me, I usually just Google like the thing, and then I'll type like spiritual meaning, or if there's something that I'm already thinking it's connected to, I'll type that and see if I can get a connection. But for me, that's just like an easy way to sort of see, like it's like playing the breadcrumbs, if you would. So I'll look up that. I'm gonna look up. I don't know how to pronounce this, but it's this name of a friend wants to name his dog Abja, Abja, bearer of water, I think he said it meant. I was also advised by a person that did my record reading today. Ashake. Oh gosh. Ashake. Oh my lord, I can't even say it. Those records that I can't say right now. The first time, I haven't actually really said that word, so it's not that weird for me. Akashic, thank you. So magnolias, dandelions. I'm gonna see if there's anything there. Neem honey, which I believe that has to do with communication, and the whole fun reference of getting more cooperation and love with honey versus not honey. So okay. Okay, good. I was just checking that message. So I'm gonna look up a couple of those, and just to make it go faster, I pulled up a couple, but I was gonna look up the one that I'm super most curious about. So during a very heightened point of the day, of a black bird, like blacker than the color black like the color of the universe's emptiness, or you know what I mean, that kind of black, so black, flew in front of us, and the only thing that it was just couldn't even stop taking my eyes off was the fact that his feathers right here were like fire red, right? Well, then the bird, slow motion for me in the moment as I was driving, slow motion flew down and like glided all the way across the front of my vision, like in this slow motion, like I was still moving, so it probably was fast, but I was able to see, like I wasn't feeling I was going to hit the bird, but we were still moving in a space where it didn't feel like it made sense, and I could see how that was going so slow. And just before it passed off of the road across like to the other lane and then to the grassy side, it pooped. And I know that's funny, but there is something that I've been having about like birds pooping, because I know that is good luck, and I'm actually probably going to look that up again too. I made a note about the poop. Actually, because the other day like a bird pooped on me, and I was excited because I know that it's good luck. That is also a personal belief. You don't have to believe everything that anybody else believes. And actually, that's the most coolest part about like truly creating, is once you realize that you can sort of let the belief serve you versus control you, that's when it's fun. It's not so victim-y, you know what I mean? This all does tie into self-care. And for me, the way to break it all down is just kind of like bit by bit as I go. And I was feeling a big pull in that synchronicity the other day. I was in two different group conversations, and it was just like, have you guys noticed all these synchronicities. And they're happening with other people more too. So I kind of feel like it's a good time to like just talk about it, just like playing out in the open, like American cheese versus cheddar. I like them both. I want cheddar, like, not that often if I'm being honest. But if I'm doing like meats on a tray, I would rather have cheddar than American. But if I want gravy cheese fries, gross but so good, or like on a burger, I want American cheese. I know that's weird, but it's sweet, you know? Anyway, another belief that does not serve anybody but me, so who cares? Let me get my thing right from my computer. So let's just look up Magnolia. That was the first one I had pulled up. And spiritual beliefs. It aids in meditation and spiritual opening. Promotes harmony, peace, tranquility. This is good. This is actually super pertinent. I want to make it so you can see me. So it says, Magnolia helps learn from past experiences and clarifies true identity. You guys, I am tagging my reader today that I just was able to finally pronounce the word. I'm tagging her because she will understand that this has blown my minds away. And I even said anything about magnolias in there. And I know like this wouldn't necessarily be coming from a stream of my ancestors. This is my now consciousness bringing me these things to give me these signs that what I am doing to me is, you know, I'm on the right path. Magnolia promotes a sense of freedom and relaxation. Holy ball sacks. It eases restlessness and confusion, helps maintain balance during difficult changes. Wow. Big eye blinks right now. If you were just on that private call, you would understand the big blinks. Or even AMI, she knows this is big blink material. Let's move on. Neem. I believe it's going to have to do with connection to communication. But right away it's pulling up antibacterial, antiviral, antifungal, which is cool because I've been wanting and working with boosting the immune system. Our workshop in the group that is actually mapping the toes is working around building the immunity through lowering stress, grounding. It is all honestly like tied to like boosting our health naturally. So this right away jumps out to me. And the fact that I did give it to my whole entire family. And it's sort of a... So, I'm going to try and say this without it sounding as bizarre as it will. But as a person who, like, a lot of times does things intuitively, I don't really realize what I'm doing. Like, so, okay, yes, I know I made biscuits. Yes, I know that I prepared this mixture of honey and butter, specifically using the neem honey. And yes, it felt like it had to happen right now. I'm trying to read the messages. So, anyway, I just got distracted, but it's not important. The fact is that for what I'm working with now, it is useful. And also the metaphor that I get more, you know, what is it? The cooperation. And what it is for me, like I'm going through as a parent, you know, I'm struggling with feeling like I'm not doing enough to get enough done. Like enough of my work, enough of the kids' well-being and education and just physical exercise stuff. Like I feel like there's so many parts to consider and it feels like I'm the only person thinking about it. And I know that that is not true. It feels like I'm in a space where I don't have permission to do things, and that is not true. But it's just because I'm practiced in feeling that, even though it's been like easily 18 months, but you know, 3 years since I've been doing this work, but I'm like 40 something, you know, and from probably like 12 and on, this actually, if I'm being honest, thinking about age wise, these things started working around 8, where they started coming into my body and changing who I was on the outside. And where it was that I started seeking validation and affection and love and anything from an outside source. Because what I believed that was true about myself was stripped because of letting other people do that, and not not in a way that it was bad. I think we do that. Like, we're encouraged to face reality because it's good for us. But I don't think it was good for me. I don't think I was meant to face reality right away, except in the fact that I like to face reality by jumping in balls deep and living it like I can. So I feel at this space appropriate to talk about some of these things because I did it, so I can fucking say it. And no, I don't want to do it again. But have I met some wonderful people there? Have I lost myself and people there? But I have myself back. And there are people I don't want back from that space. But there are people that want to leave that space, and they need to see a step in that direction for them from where they stand. And as a person who does conduit work, which is the word I use most familiar, I like to be that step. It's my way of being the light. And that's not to be like bitch about it. It's just not a familiar term to me. But I've always called myself a connector. And to me, connector works. But this feels like steps now. But I've also recently had a shift in my own work that it's now stepping. We're not just noticing. It's time to bring in the action, which is why all of my work is now coming very much more forward than before. You know what I mean? Because that's what is being activated within my whole beingness. So let's keep moving on. Not to talk about me or anything. Sorry. I'm not going to talk about my toes because I feel like I do that so much lately. But it's kind of fun. And it does kind of help lighten up the mood because it's fucking feet. You know what I mean? Even my Terminator foot makes me happy. I'm really cold. That does not make me happy. Llama. Ooh. So totem animals versus animals that are just around for support, or animal energy that you want to conjure because you need it. For example, need an energy from an animal. You think of an example. What is it? What is something? What animal has patience? Tell me that one so I can call it up. So just so y'all know, I don't know all these things. Like, I don't have this huge memory in my brain. When things present themselves to me, and it comes at a time when it's like, because I practice my intuition. When my intuition is like, oh, this is good, I'll save it, or I write it down, or you'll see it's on my arm, elbow. I'll even carry it around like the little llama, the guy that I was finally, today, like after hearing llama for the 7,075th 0.6942 time. As a totem. So totem, just a quick, my understanding, not the truth of everybody else, but for me, a totem animal is an animal always around. For me, an owl, he's here, is a totem animal. This was one of the first animal energies that I knew were always around. This came after becoming a mother, which makes sense to what happens in our brain, which is also connected to our mind and our creating and our emotionalizing, which makes sense. Like, you can trace the science back to the woo. And that's ultimately kind of my thing when I say normalize it. Because when we can relate it to science, when someone that we know, shut up. When it's been proven by a science backing, it feels rational to believe it. And the wooey things don't normally necessarily initially feel rational to reach for. It's like, well, I guess everything else has failed. Give me some amethyst. You know what I mean? Like, nobody takes it. It's not often taken seriously, and it's certainly not a first measure, but it can be. And it can be subtle, so it doesn't have to blow up like, oh, now I need surgery. I just could have meditated a little bit before having an ulcer. You know what? And again, my beliefs, true on my body, true on my experience, true on my learnings. Not true for you unless you want it to be, unless it feels true to you. And then you're like, yes, that makes sense. Those are the things that as an individual, we are encouraged to find and discover about ourselves. And that's why I like to teach these things, because you don't give a fuck about a magnolia maybe, but if you're walking down the street and see a pine cone randomly in the middle of, why is there a pine cone on St. Paul Street? Maybe I should pick it up. Maybe I'll just take a picture of it so I don't touch it because I'm a germaphobe. Don't be a germaphobe. Stop telling people what to do, Nancy. I don't have to do that either. So, that's the thing. When you're first learning, it feels kind of like BS, like you're making it up, like you're reaching, or it feels like it's smoke and mirrors. But it comes to a point where you can make it seem so scientifically logical that I'm just like, well, why don't you get it? Which I know that's not like what I mean, but in my body, it feels so real, because it is real, because when you're operating on an energy field, you're in energy. It doesn't matter if the energy of a new beginning comes from an eggshell or an orange peel or an orange scent. There's any ways that can trigger and shift, emotionalize, aid in your manifesting vibrationally. That's the point of an altar, or a ceremony or a ritual. It's just to actually make these energies more real in your body so that you believe that they're real, so that you'll let yourself experience it. That's okay if you don't believe any of that, because that's really not easy to understand, and it will make you angry for a long time. I'm not serious. I am serious. Guys, I promise this is educational. I'm going to keep going. The llama as a totem. Let's just start there. So I don't know if this is a totem animal, but it is very much, he would be cool. I also probably should look up the sloth sometimes. I actually have sloth eyes right behind me. They're looking at me. As I said, totem animal. He's like, okay, see this little block, my yoga block is my platform. Tell me that's not a sloth in my wall. Isn't he saying, oh, how come I can't be a totem animal? I'm totally cute. You sit by me and I'm comfy with you. I can be a totem animal. Put me on the list. He probably is a totem animal, because slow is the way to go. I'm so good at rhyming. Okay. I'm serious, Susan, right now. As a totem, llama is a symbol of strength. Oh, perseverance, communication, confidence, often success. I mean, whatevs. That's all fucking relative. People born under the llama sign are people who know exactly what their life goal is, what their goal in life is. You won't see them backing down from anything that they set their minds on, and that is the only way they know. I'm a motherfucking llama. What's this mean as born under the llama sign? I also just happened to, before setting up this work, I'm reaching and I'm in pain. This elbow, I didn't do much yoga today. I did a lot of sleeping and crying. It's one of those days. Not every day is beautiful in spiritual awakening life, It's okay. It's not all beautiful, but it is beautiful most of the time. And even the ugly is beautiful. That's when it's really good. So I brought this. I did not know that there was a llama on here. So I think that's not... Ooh, what the fuck is a Capricorn, y'all? Amy. I'm sorry to tag you on my picture, but... What the fuck is that? I'm having all kinds of emotional reactions right now. All over my arms. Can you see the goosebumps? Oh my God, can you see goosebumps? Favorite muscle, erector pillar muscle. I will come back to that. That's something for me to know. That's something. We saw this bull with horns, and I keep thinking, is it bull? Is it this big beast? Is it water? Is it land? What the mother fuck is that? Okay. What's a llama personality? Intelligent, easy to train. That's true. I'm a good learner, and I do like to learn. Sociable animals, they need companionship of their own kind. It's true. Gentle and shy and curious. Calm in nature and have a common sense in which make them easy for anyone, even children, to handle. So I wouldn't say I'm calm in nature, but I could use some calm. And I was asking my reader, what can I do? So I'm guessing right now, whatever this is for me that I will find in connection to llama, maybe I'm going to go to a place and visit a llama and I'm going to find peace there. Again, it's not black and white. It's like a breadcrumb trail, and it gets really fun and personalized to you. And like today, this list, some of it isn't today, but most of this is from today. And even with today, where I felt like I was struggling to feel like I even made sense in my world to myself, I knew that I was still cared for and loved by my higher power, because I have these that are true to me. Like my synchronicities, now that they're real, even if I don't have a good day, they're still there. That's still real. Even when I'm feeling doubtful about the path or the future, or if I'm feeling impatient because I want to know we're okay. We're okay, and I do know that. But sometimes my human wants to get all human-y and shit, and it just fucks me up. So I gotta go llama, you know? I like that they mentioned for the children to handle. That's my heart, you know? I'm literally was recording my work earlier for the communication tow, saying I'm worried in my heart and I want them to be healthy. And when I'm talking, my words don't sound like I love you, I want you to be healthy. My words sound like I'm angry. This isn't good enough. Why are you doing this to me? And that's not true either. And all I can do is say I'm sorry. And try to learn and offer bread with honey as a peace offering, as a commitment to use more honey with my people that mean more than me to anything in the whole world. Let's keep going. This one is going to be interesting. I have not the fucking foggiest clue what ABJA is. I'm specifically looking this one up now because the person that directed me here said, if you want your mind blown, check out these, talking about the connection to the earth. But because he mentioned this name, when she came out of his way to say the name, what it meant, and then I've had my reading was, you may be finding satisfaction, big word. My 6-year-old uses that word too. In looking up goddesses, and I've been wondering about water aspect. The name means bearer of water, so I want to know maybe if this is not a space that there is help for me there, because I have started working with purposely calling to energies that aren't my family and communicating. So if I can do that, then they could help me, because that's what they're there for, you know. So, ooh. Oh. Oh God, guys, this is insane. Oh, Christ. We will talk about Christ. That's going to be really awkward. I haven't gotten there yet, but it's like a few weeks, months away. Not awkward because it's not real. It's just not something I'm used to talking about. Wow. This says I'm seeing flicks of the root of the lotus. That is intense. Okay. So it's saying that this name has 7 definitions. That's cool. I was also advised to pay attention to numbers. In Hindu, it represents enlightenment and purity. It's also one of the 6 items that Agni is displayed carrying. Agni, one of the most important Vedic gods, represents divine illumination. I wanted to reach out to the meditation center, the fire meditation center, and order one of those Agni Torah. The fire burning ceremony. And you know what I mean, with the cow dung. There's my animal. Ooh. Okay. And fire. Okay. See, this is stuff that means stuff in my head. It means nothing to anybody else. Varuna and Ithishaka. I'm probably not saying that properly. An attribute of Brahma. 100 crores, whatever that means. Okay, it says, in referring to the Sanskrit literature preserving the ancient India's vast cultural history, including historical legends, religious ceremonies, various arts and sciences. The 18 Mahapurunas total over 400,000, whoa, Nancy, shlokas, and date to at least several centuries BCE. Ooh, I don't even know what all those words mean, but that was a lot. Ayurveda, that's fun. Science of life, also cool. Another name for Padma is dealt with in the 15th century. That is a whole lot of word. I'm just not going to keep trying to butcher these words. I'm going to try and take out the parts that matter. Ooh. A branch, hold on. This entire, hold on. This mentioning deals with entire recipes and the root of administration, and thus deals with the knowledge of pharmacy, which is a branch of pharmacology. The branch of Indian science dealing with medicine, herbalism, toxicology, anatomy, surgery, alchemy, and related to topics. You all. Okay, keep going. My mind is blown. I have pain in the back of my lower head right now. I need to sit up. I'm going to get my amethyst. Okay, more of that. See if anything new jumps out. Marathi is an Indo-European language having over 70 million native speakers, people in predominantly Maharashtra, India. It evolved from early Prakrit, which is a subset of Sanskrit, one of the most ancient languages of the world, discovering the meaning. Well, I've been wondering about languages that I have spoke as an older human. The moon comes here, the conch. This is the underwater thing, right? There's a language I can't read. The moon, camphor, that I'm going to write down. That's something I definitely don't know what it is, and my self wants me to write that down. And I'll just kind of like make little notes. Like I usually will draw a box and the new things that I kind of look up, because I may not look them all up at once. Sometimes it gets like you'll get excited or inspired to go run and do something and you do it. Right now it's 11:11. Oh, I love you, God. I love you. I'm making a wish. Right now it's late, and I'm probably just going to finish this and wrap it up. born in water, a pearl oyster, 1,000 millions, a physician of the gods, a physician of the gods. I want to be a physician of the gods, friends. That makes sense to me. I feel a physician of something I don't know how to say. And I'm playing with that word for myself. The moon, a kind of tree. The physician of gods, a conch, a lotus, a large number, a million of millions. AB for AP, water. And Ja, who is born from the situation of things named or the production at the churning of the ocean. Oh God. I'm not even understanding all I'm downloading right now. Oh man. I will keep this up and look up there more for sure. Oh, I'm overwhelmed a little, friends. I'm going to just check out this bird because that was the last part I wanted to do. And I just wanted to type in because I don't know the name of this bird. So what I do when I don't know, I just type it in as what I think of. Black bird, red head, spiritual meaning. Okay, first let's name the bird. Because when I typed, oh, that's him. This. No, I don't think his head was that red. Oh God, that's intense. It was like a rooster shape. He was blacker than him. He was like him. He was black. Oh God, this could be him. Large crow-sized black bird with bright red chest. Someone else is saying, what is this bird? Oh. And she's the girl. I think. Wow. It's a boy. I wrote down boy. It's exploring dead, dying ash trees. It said, oh, maybe she was a girl. I do know that head looks more. Wow. Wow. This is amazing. Oh, look, friends. Look, can you see? You can't see. Well, this is so insane. I keep seeing the word Pleiades, and I know that's not the word. And I just read that, the number 6. So it's Pilotids. I have to type it in. I don't know how to say it. My name, Nancy's there, popping up randomly. I'm on the right page. So now I'm going to write Pileated Woodpecker. Spiritual meaning. Encourages you to strike a balance between being kind and being cautious. It symbolizes the need to understand different rhythms and patterns and cycles and do your best to adapt to them and flourish. It represents warnings and prophecies and the need to be connected with the earth. What does it mean when you see one? They're known for and symbolic of the drumming, and of course within that, the heartbeat. This woodpecker is a master at his craft, nurturing and teaching those around him to find their rhythm in life and to stay connected and balanced and level-headed in their thinking. They are extremely rare. Woodpeckers are associated with secret treasures, the underworld, and so on. It's associated with bad luck and death, and I believe the woodpecker drumming announces death. I don't hear death in a negative way. I was asking about what my relationship was to that transition in my... Oh God, guys, now the Cardinals here. And actually, I think I've been wanting to see this woodpecker, me and the girls. I'm just remembering we were on a walk and I wanted to see it so bad and I couldn't. It definitely didn't have that red. I couldn't miss this woodpecker if I wanted to today. Okay, so I'm just going to read the... Cardinals right here. Okay, so this says, is it good luck to see a woodpecker? The meaning of a woodpecker is strongly rooted in communication and opportunity. When the woodpecker shows up, it's a good time to get clever about how we communicate to reach our best advantage. Woodpecker meaning is also determination and being resourceful. And I also have to look up Aztec again. I should probably put that down there. This is just another word that's come up more than once over the past couple of days, just to see, because I think I saw a hummingbird, a really brilliant colored one yesterday. So I've had lots of bird action. But this one tonight to this today, when it was like at a seriously high point, I was actually in the middle of hollering at the kids about how it's my way or the highway, and about how I feel everything's unfair. I was having a total mom fit. And this bird slowed down right in front of me to talk to me about communication and opportunity, and to communicate to use the best advantage, like with the honey, which I did. I know it's a secret treasure. I don't know. There's more here. I wonder often more about this woodpecker because of just how much I've been wanting to see it. If this isn't what I've been asking for, maybe a little. Let's type in woodpecker poops for fun, and then we'll be done. Woodpecker poop. Spiritual meaning. Ooh. Wow. Green. Okay. What does woodpecker poo look like? Green woodpecker poo is short, thin, cylindrical, and looks like cigarette ash. It's dark with a coat of white uric acid and contains ant exoskeletons. Oh, is that the green woodpecker? It looks like that then. So it looks like white bird poop. Yeah. Isn't that what all poop looks like? That's not what I meant, but like bird poop is white. I don't know why the exoskeletons, the ant exoskeletons was like really cool. Is this saying it's one of the rarest birds in the world, friends? It says bring you back to the here and now. Oh, it was Woody the Woodpecker. There's that Draco word again. That was D-R-Y. D-R-Y oak. Capus. Wow. They have a yelling cluck. It's so loud it can cut through your consciousness in a way that's almost unlike other birds. That is like on other birds. It reminds me where you are. That's fucking true. On the steady determination energy all woodpeckers carry is with you to move through it. Wow, guys. They symbol determination, steady hard work towards a goal, loyalty, presence. They tend to work at a project until they get it. They do it at a rhythmic pace. They also return to the same spots year after year with the same mates. They tend to represent steadiness, loyalty, progress. Oh. It says if you're someone who tends to run until you burn out or has been wanting to give up lately, the plated woodpecker may appear to you. I'm gonna go cry and pray. Tend to show up in your life when you need determination and steady progress to reach a goal. You tend to be shy and draw out of the woods to make progress. You're igniting old opportunities in life to create something new. Some people will feel these symbolize it's time to follow your own rhythm of life and cast off the rhythms put on you by others. I like this idea, and I find it especially important. I like to meditate on the idea of this woodpecker when I'm contemplating a long journey or goal, developing stability, needing a bit of a push out of my comfort zone. I'm out of the comfort zone. No, I'm not actually. Their diet consists of mostly insects and trees. Ooh. They tend to be human shy. Okay. So they like dead standing trees. Man, guys, my heart right now. All right. Wow. All right, I'm gonna go. That was 46 minutes of depth. You guys probably did not feel nearly as moved by this experience as I have. But if this helps make any sense to how this doesn't always make sense, so just because I keep coming out and saying, guys, guess who presented themselves to me today? Like, it's just because I've practiced looking it up and figuring it out what they mean to me. And then, like, some things when they present, like the owl when it first came, I didn't know. But now the owl is a thing in me, you know? And you learn your things. I'm not even going to start looking up new things tonight because I would never sleep. And I know I need to rest. I hope this is helpful. Definitely, I would love it to be educational at some point. And definitely entertaining because I like a combo. I'm a mashup friend. It's a Libra in me. If anybody knows what the flip this motherfucker is, he's the only thing I'm worried about tonight. Worried, not the right word, but I'm going to figure out what that guy is. Maybe that's what I am. I keep trying to figure out what I am. I keep saying that today. But I found out what I'm not. And that's really nice. That's sometimes process of elimination is a process. You know, it's part of the process. And deciding when it's enough, you know, it's enough. That's a good part of the process. Getting ready to be ready, right? All right, loves. Talk to you soon.